Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. As we gear up for Week 3 of this NFL season, the Green Bay Packers are really making some interesting moves. After a solid Week 2 victory at Lambeau Field, the team is already looking ahead, preparing to face the Cleveland Browns on the road. But what's catching everyone's attention right now isn't just the on-field performance or the upcoming game. It's the fact that the Packers are actively working out a defensive back, Mark Perry, a player who's been bouncing around the league since last season. This isn't just a routine workout. It's a sign that Green Bay is looking to add some depth, some versatility to their defensive backfield, which has been a topic of discussion among fans and analysts alike. It's no secret that the Packers, under head coach Matt LaFleur and defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley, are always looking for ways to strengthen their roster, especially on defense. They understand how crucial it is to have reliable players who can adapt to multiple roles on the field. And Perry, at just 24 years old, fits that mold. He's been part of several NFL organizations, the Patriots, Texans, Titans, and just recently spent some time with the Bears, where he played in 2 preseason games after a brief stint in Chicago. Even though Perry has yet to see regular season action in the NFL, his athleticism is undeniable. He's quick, with a 4.37-second 40-yard dash, and he's versatile enough to play both safety and slot cornerback. That kind of flexibility is exactly what Jeff Hafley looks for in a defensive back, especially when trying to create complex defensive schemes that can adapt to different offensive threats. Perry's recent stint with the Bears lasted only 13 days, a short period, but enough to showcase his talent in preseason games. Now the Packers are taking a close look at him, bringing him in for a workout. And again, this doesn't necessarily mean he's definitely signing on the dotted line. It's more about assessing whether he fits the team's needs, whether he can bring some extra depth to a position that, frankly, has seen a bit of turbulence recently. For example, Zane Anderson, who's normally part of the safety rotation, was inactive in Week 2 due to a knee injury. That's worth noting because Anderson's absence opens up a spot, and the Packers might see Perry as a potential option, either for the practice squad or eventually on the active roster. Looking at the current safety depth chart, the Packers have Xavier McKinney, Evan Williams, Javon Bullard, Zane Anderson, and Kitten Oladipo. That's a solid core, but injuries and performance issues can always shake things up. Anderson, for example, has yet to make his 2025 debut, and his knee injury has limited his availability. So, adding another player like Perry, who can fill in multiple roles, makes strategic sense. Teams often bring in players for workouts early in the season, especially when they see a need for more options that can be plugged into different packages. It's about maintaining flexibility and ensuring they're covered in case of unforeseen circumstances. Now, let's not forget that Perry is eager for another shot in the NFL. He's been released by the Bears after their preseason finale, and like many young players fighting for a spot, he's hoping this workout opens the door to a new opportunity. And given his athletic profile and the needs of the Packers' secondary, it's definitely a possibility. The Packers' defense, under Hafley's philosophy, greatly values DBs who can wear multiple hats. That's why players who can cover receivers in the slot or drop back to safety are so highly prized. Perry's skill set seems to fit that mold, and the coaching staff will surely be watching his workout closely to see if he can execute their schemes. When you look at the bigger picture, the Packers are entering a crucial phase of the season. The NFC North is fiercely competitive this year, with the Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings, and Chicago Bears all vying for dominance. Green Bay, coming off a promising start, wants to solidify its defense, especially as offenses get more complex and aggressive. They've already seen glimpses of what their offense can do with quarterback Jordan Love leading the charge, but defense wins championships, as the old saying goes. And adding depth at safety or cornerback could be the key to turning close games into wins. Jordan Love, in particular, has been impressive so far. He's been showing poise, accuracy, and leadership, which is exactly what the Packers need from their quarterback. But for the team to reach their goals, their defense must complement that offensive success. That means having reliable safeties who can cover, make tackles, and even provide some playmaking ability. And that's exactly where a player like Perry could come in. His speed, versatility, and potential to learn quickly make him an intriguing option, especially if he impresses in the workout and earns a spot on the practice squad or even the active roster. Of course, the Packers also have some other options in their current roster and practice squad. Xavier McKinney is considered one of the leaders in the secondary, with Evan Williams, Javon Bullard, Zane Anderson, and Kitten Oladipo all vying for playing time. Anderson's injury setback has opened a window, and the coaching staff is likely exploring every avenue to ensure the team's secondary remains strong. The practice squad currently has Jonathan Baldwin, Micah Robinson, and Jalen Simpson, giving the team some depth, but the addition of Perry could offer a different kind of flexibility. Now, fans, it's important to remember that these early season moves are common. NFL teams are constantly evaluating talent, especially after a few games when they get a clearer picture of what they need and where they might be vulnerable. The Packers have shown a willingness to bring in players for workouts, especially young players with upside, and Perry fits that profile perfectly. Whether he signs or not, this process indicates that the Packers are serious about staying aggressive in shaping their roster, especially as they aim for another deep playoff run and ultimately a shot at the Super Bowl. Looking ahead, the NFC North remains one of the most unpredictable divisions in the league. The Bears, Lions, Vikings, and Packers are all talented, but consistency has been elusive for many. Green Bay's early season performances have been promising, with Jordan Love looking more confident every week and the defense starting to show signs of improvement. But injuries, new signings, and strategic adjustments are part of the game. The move to evaluate Perry shows that Green Bay isn't resting on its laurels. They're actively seeking ways to improve, to adapt, and to stay ahead of the competition. It's also worth noting how the team's coaching staff, especially defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley, values players who can handle multiple responsibilities. His defensive schemes often require safeties and defensive backs who can switch roles seamlessly, providing the Packers with the kind of strategic flexibility that can make a real difference in close games. Perry's ability to play at safety and in the slot makes him a potential fit for this system, and it's likely that the coaching staff is intrigued by what they see in him during the workout. So fans, as we wait for more updates on Perry's status and whether he'll officially join the Packers, it's clear that this move is more than just a depth addition. It's part of a broader strategy to keep the team competitive and versatile. The Packers have a talented core, but they also understand the importance of continuously evaluating talent and making strategic moves that can turn the tide in their favor as the season progresses. With the NFC North so tight and competitive, every game, every play, and every roster decision counts. And remember, as we get closer to the game against the Browns, all eyes will be on how Green Bay's defense adjusts and whether new additions like Perry can step up when called upon. The team's chemistry, resilience, and adaptability will be tested in these critical early weeks. But if history teaches us anything, it's that the Packers are no strangers to making bold moves when needed, and their coaching staff's focus on building a flexible, dynamic secondary could be just what they need to push deeper into the playoffs. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential new addition? Do you think Perry has what it takes to become a part of this team? Are you confident in the current safety group, or do you think the Packers should make more moves? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. We're in this journey together, and your passion fuels this community. Let's keep supporting our team, no matter what the season throws at us, because Packers Nation is the best in the league, and we're just getting started.